Hi there. I've been wanting to make a series for a while where I document some of my favorite stories of things that have happened to me across these few decades I've done so far. And I think this is going to be that series, but it feels appropriate to start with the last couple of years. I mean, the world changed for everybody, but it really changed for me right before it changed for everybody else. So I'm going to tell that story first. So this is what the fuck happened to Rob Morris.
Oh boy. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't even know. Where do I start this? I haven't done it. Jesus Christ. Hello. My name's Rob Morris, and if you have no idea who I am, I can't imagine why you're watching this. I've had other talk shows and podcasts, and I was going to restart At The Elephants this fall. I was putting together a plan to relaunch my podcast that talks to people in and around North Carolina School of the Arts, where I went to college. I've been doing a podcast for a long time that I take breaks from, that I always come back to about that, but the school itself is dealing with this scandal, this huge scandal that is mostly from the 70s and 80s, not completely, but mostly. It's a righteous scandal. I mean, it's something that they should address and that they need to talk about, but it feels so strange to try to do a podcast about the school and things related to the school if we're not going to talk about that stuff. And I don't want to talk about that stuff. Not that I don't think it should be talked about, but it's like I didn't get into doing At The Elephants so that we could do an investigative docu-series on possible abuse. I mean, that's not the show I want to host. Maybe that should be a show, but that's not what I want to do. I don't know. So now I'm also working on this talk show at the ROMO Room, the comedy club that I run with other people, not alone at all. That's going to be written by other people as well, you know? Like Robbing the People, which was the show I did a few years ago, the political kind of Bill Maher style show.
So you're saying we need tits and ass for the attention, and then as soon as this chick gets people to like look at her ass, and then at the bottom it's like a fact about Elon Musk.
If Nancy Pelosi is posting photos of her ass on Instagram,
right?
Are you liking that?
It depends. Is there policy in the corner? You know what I mean? Booty. But did you know healthcare? You know, like I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That might be the thing.
This is gonna be. We have a team of people writing, and we're gonna be collaborating to put it together. And I don't know. I felt like I needed to start putting my own voice out there again. And even as I do it, I'm hesitant. I guess that one of the things I should start with is why I feel this way. Why do I feel so weird about this when I've made so much stuff in the past? And I thought about it, and I think I figured out. So 2 years ago, I was living in LA, and I got this call from my dad that he was not well. He wasn't able to work, and that's as far as I'll explain that. We were trying to figure out what to do about that, and then how to create an income and stuff like that. And so I got this idea, because I was in LA, and people have listened to me on podcasts in the last couple of years. I've heard this story a million times. So you can go listen to Comedy Wham or Josh Castro's Border Laughs podcast, or one of those if you really want to hear a more detailed version. But I'm going to address a different side of the story that I haven't really talked about yet. So I was trying to figure out how to help my dad. And I was doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, and I was going to these pay-to-play mics, which is where you pay for the stage time. Open mics famously, are usually free. Maybe they make you buy a drink or something, but these mics cut to the chase because those other systems kind of created a bloated environment where people weren't able to get as much stage time as they wanted. So this place was like, look, just pay us $5, 5 minutes, and you can come and work out. And then it created this flood of other places that were doing the same thing, not just because it was an opportunity for some people to make money. That's true. But there was value in it. People liked it. I was one of those people. I had a day job, and being able to know exactly when I was going to go on and how much time I was going to get and all that kind of stuff I liked. So I was watching this gold mine, and I was happy to throw my gold into the mine on it. So when my dad was like, I don't know what to do about money and stuff, I was like, this is the only thing I've observed so far in my adult life that I feel like I could pull off. And I'm watching it bring in money for other people. And eventually it should be put into the hands of the comics themselves, who should keep most of the money. And, as the original investor, you can keep a piece of it. And, hopefully it'll create enough money to supplement. That was kind of where my head was at. And so I came to my hometown, Austin, Texas, and I tried to start a pay-to-play mic, and the town lost its fucking mind, the comedy scene. And I'll take a little bit of the responsibility in saying that if I had been able to investigate the comedy scene more hands-on for longer, it's not like I did zero research and didn't go to mics and didn't know people and talk to people. That happened. But if I had done much more of that, I think I would have had a different experience. But the people who had a problem with the concept didn't know I was from Austin. To them, I was some LA, California guy trying to come into Austin, Texas, as they always do, to rip off the hardworking, weird local people, not knowing I was one of the weird local people myself. So the result of that, in regards to what became the ROMO Room, is its own story, and I'm not really here to talk about that right now. The thing I want to talk about is I don't even know how to describe it, but the bullying, the harassment that we got as an organization and as a group of people when we were just trying to do something that we thought was good and right and fair. We got attacked brutally online. Mostly Facebook was the place where it happened, but it happened on every platform. They talked about us on the local radio, not favorably. It became a local comedy news story in like January 2020. That we were trying to do this thing that not only were people unable to like do the research to find like, oh wow, this is like really effectively happening in another city, because of their biases about that city and it being Los Angeles or New York or whatever. They're like, oh, we don't want none of that big city bullshit here, even though it's like a thing that works that people like. So they came at us hard, really hard.